sugar sweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion. Loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar. All I want is satisfaction. Make a move, baby, you got nothing to lose. Give me that, give me that, give me that good reaction. Gonna make it right, little like an offer I can't refuse. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar Ooh, that sugar Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar, just my kind of heat. Ooh, that sugar. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Ooh, that sugar. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking.
Morning, morning, folks. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend, and we are back at it for a big week in the forex market, or just in the market in general, actually. With obviously the Fed news or the Fed interest rate coming out on Wednesday. So I do think it is an important week. We obviously had a very news-light week last week, not that much movement, but because of the position we are in from an index point of view, I just think it's really important, really important. So let's see. Morning, Paul. Morning, Leon. Hope you guys are well. Today the news is not much, nothing actually coming out of importance. So we are widely expected to pause rates on Wednesday. Whether the inflationary numbers coming out tomorrow will affect that, again, I don't really want to be someone who is going to predict what's going to happen. I'd rather react. I am expecting positivity from a hunch point of view. I just purely from price action point of view and the data we've seen come out. But yeah, it'll certainly be an interesting week and very news heavy week in terms of these high ticket data that is coming out. So 10 o'clock or UAE time is that decision on Wednesday. And as I said, we have some inflationary CPI numbers coming out tomorrow. So be aware of that. But as today goes, there is really diddly squat, nothing really going on. So it is a Monday. We're not really expecting much. Probably waiting as well, maybe we're getting some optimistic tones this morning of potential positivity on account of the Fed this week. But let's see what happens. What are you guys thinking, Leon and Paul? Yeah, I mean, as I said, we're widely expecting a pause, right? With if that happens, I can see. Again, this is not me saying this is going to happen. This is maybe just what I think from a hunch point of view and price action point of view. We obviously wait to see the market's reaction rather than the news itself. But I just think we are in a great position here to break through this barrier. Yeah, okay, we'll have some more coming up. That is a story for a later date. But I just think just looks nice. Just looks nice. And I just think are we just maybe ready to pop somewhere? Possibly. I think the market wants that. We've obviously gone through a long period of hard times, and maybe that pause of rates signaling that are we coming to the end of this great inflation would be great. And it would be good just from a general, point of view for each individuals and et cetera, et cetera. So let's see what happens on Wednesday. Let's see what happens. But we are pushing through. So S&P I put on my watch list this morning. Here's my watch list here for potential breakout retest. We created that head and shoulders, not quite enough for me for a trade, but the context is there and certainly good enough for a possible breakout retest. Now, I actually don't want this to push on. I was hoping we maybe create or push on obviously above the highs because then it's invalidated. But if I come down and possibly create C wave, catalyst on high volume, it's a trade that, irrespective of what's coming out, I've kind of got to take. Now, taking account or taking away the watch list or the setup, still looks nice. We are flirting here with a break of this barrier. Even prior to that news, we've kind of tagged into it. We've not really got that real confirmation yet. Slightly tried on Friday, but didn't quite break it through, as you can see on this bar here. However, we have recovered relatively well, and it seems to be, although London is not open, as I said, I don't expect massive movements today, although I could be wrong, to push on, and price action just looks nice. Price action just looks nice. As I said, we've broken through here. Is this now called as the retest on small time frames, and we're starting to push through? Fair enough, it's not a retest that I can get involved in, but it's a retest that has been successful nevertheless. So if we can get a break above here, a break above the highs, essentially, by that bad line there, then it continues to look good. So it's certainly a bit more risk on right now. I've gone slight risk on in my bias. Oh, I've just closed that down. Sorry guys, this is one of the things I don't like about MT4. SP500, here we go, 4 hour. So yeah, markets look good, but we have to be aware of what's coming out. But markets look pretty good. Market looks pretty good. Okay, dollar. Now, are we getting that dollar fall? We have created our evening star technically here on the weekly, albeit the volume signature is not really, it's the opposite of what you want. So that is important to note. However, if you have a bias of dollar shorts, I do think if we pause rates, I think the dollar could wobble a little bit on account of that. And we continue in that overall Dow theory downtrend that we've been having for quite some time. So yeah, I think because of this bar, which was a Thursday bar actually, I know this is still in play. I know this is certainly still in play. We can't discount that, but we've got to pick some sort of bias here. And I think with those higher time frame, with that weekly chart, I'd be a bit more, I could be completely wrong, but I'd be a bit more comfortable if you're saying, right, I'm happy to short the dollar here, because as I said, if you're right, You know, you could be really right. And I think if you're looking long, I don't know how far you're gonna get, and you know how much you can be right on that sense, if that makes sense. But I don't mind the idea of dollar shorts. So if we look at the smaller time frames here on the 4 hour, you know, from a price action point of view, it's obviously looking like maybe we get something, you know, it's digested enough from this latest impulse. We've broken structure here. We've not completely rebounded, i.e. faked out essentially and pushed on. We're in a nice corrective where 20 period is now caught up. Are we going to break out of this channel and continue on down? You know, somewhere around this area. I think that would be my bias, put it that way. I'm not discounting daily that we are still technically in that uptrend from an intraday point of view. I just think my bias would be, if you were telling me you're looking at shorts, I would just like that. I would like that idea for the dollar, and I do think it potentially continues, and I could eat my hat on that, but that's my personal bias. So S&P up, dollar down is essentially what I'm saying. I could have done that in 2 seconds. Right, Euro, Yen, Kiwi, Swiss, and UK Brent are the ones on the watch list, but I'll go into my trade on the German 30 or German 40, which, you know, was offside for quite some time. I think about a day and a bit on this 4 hour. Obviously entered on this here at 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36 hours of a little bit of iffy offside price action. The importance of potentially being patient with it. You know, we've held that dynamic support in the form of that 200 on the 4 hour. You know, you're maybe even looking at this now, or some people could be looking at this now. Head and shoulders continue on up, breaking out of this wedging structure from this impulse from an overall uptrend, right? So I'd like it. I still like it. I like what it's doing. A nice gap up. It's looking good. You know, you have to say it's looking good. Even from a smaller time frame perspective, it's looking nice. My bias that it moves up rather than moves down, and I'm going to continue with that. If I'm wrong, then okay, it's unexpected for me. But I think this should, you know, going on, if we've got some real unexpected news coming out tomorrow, Wednesday, I think I'm very happy being in the position. So I like the fact that we've gapped up. I like the fact that we're breaking through structure here. I like the fact that we're closing relatively well. We do have London again opening up in 20 minutes, which will be important. But simple price action, looking where we are, you know, coming out of this possible wedging structure at B wave. Yeah, I like it, you know, and I still do. So we could be ready again for another pop, and that would just be absolutely brilliant for my trading. And I don't want to bet my house on one position, but you know, a nice winner here for me would really help my ROI. And again, after 6-7 months of you know, really not much, it would give that boost. And remember, for my trading, all I need is that 3 or 4 big winners per year. Makes a big difference. So the premise of my trades is that the ones I'm in, they have potential to run, and this has the potential to run. No, not saying obviously 10, 12, 20, 50 R like these SMCs, but you know, but a good, like, as I said, 5, 6 R or something like that, where you're getting plus 10% is essentially the best way to look at it. Let's see what it does. I like it. Okay, Kiwi Swiss. What was I looking at? Euro Yen. So I'll go into Euro Yen first. Remember, anything you guys are looking at or want me to look at, put it in the chat and I will happily do so. Euro Yen is acting quite nice here. It's still doing what I want. We got that extra bar on the weekly. We're still starting to digest. Whether I still get my other week, i.e. something like this before a potential break, I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. I'd probably be inclined to say it might not. We might see that movement this week, which, again, I don't know whether this would be enough for me to take it. You know, a breakout retest is another story. That would be different, but it's still doing what I want to do. We're still getting some bullish pressure here, and looking to tag or really tag that zone, and again, continue with that essential squeeze in Euro Yen. So I still like it, but it just needs to continue on for me for a little bit longer before I can put my order in on EJ. And again, I like where it is. You know, maybe some would say, well, are you being a little bit harsh on the weekly? maybe you could just say it's part. I mean, you look at, for example, GJ. This is what sometimes can be difficult, is defining whether are we extended or are we just in a healthy trend. So, with GJ there's a slight difference, right? And using this 20 for me is just an easy visual guide of are we extended or are we just in a strong trend? And GJ there looks like a strong trend. EJ slightly different, where it does look a little bit more extended on the weekly. But still nice nonetheless. Still nice nonetheless, as I said, going with that trend on EJ. Okay, Kiwi Swiss. Kiwi Swiss is a potential hedge play here. I actually don't think, because of my personal bias, I don't think I get it. With how we saw the day develop on Friday. We still are in this corrective, but we are seeing some bullish signs here. We have to remember the overall trend is still down, right? And relatively healthily down as well. So, but I'm just wary of what we're seeing here. Normally with your correctives or your pullbacks or whatever you want to see, something like that, you don't want to see bars that are really showing a significant change of trend. I.e., if you're looking up, you don't want to see that, for example, like with the dollar, that you're significant bearish engulfer or your large hammer bar rejection, unless you're getting them when they're not ready to move, right? So if you got the 20 here and you get these big bars, sometimes I would be okay with that, because, as I said, the 30-70% rule, where markets trend 30 and range or digest 70, we have to remember that it comes into account of it. But we are at the point now where we're getting digested enough from this move, and we've got something here that I just don't like. Okay, we're not getting massive volume on it, but it just puts a little bit of doubt in my mind. So I'll see how it develops. As I said, nothing wrong with watching it. But Kiwi says potential shorts, I just don't think I get it. I don't think I get it, which I'm fine with. I'm okay with. And finally, UK Brent. So this is back on the table. From a daily perspective, I did try and take the short. When did I take the short? Did I take the short on a break, or did I take it? I can't remember my last position on it. It was out at break even. Oh, I'll tell you what it was. It was an aggressive entry. It was aggressive entry here. That was my last position in UK Brent. We came down, we were looking good. Stop then was moved to break even, I think, just to account on that news that came out, and we kind of got stopped out here. Anyway, it's interesting to see that volatility within against trend is now, even though it was a few days ago, the trend is starting to take effect again. So we've got first structure here. We've got second structure here. Are we creating a third one? And again, weekly is still nice. We tagged that 200. Are we getting orders filled here? If we do break through, it's in a nice place. We're in a nice, healthy downtrend, and we're digesting back to that 20. So again, the potential of this is nice. The only question mark is would I would have probably preferred this type of price action than what we've got. But if we can come down and create that V reversal here with some digestion in it, that would also be fine for me to take a potential break. So UK Brent I do like, and very similar to EJ, just got a little bit of time to go before I can put my order in. But as I said, we have to be aware of what's coming out today. Pretty happy just sticking with this position that I'm in right now. In terms of Monday trades, S&P could be one for the US session today or potentially tomorrow. Was that too close to the news? I don't think so. But let's see. Let's see what happens. So today, as I said, is a Monday. Mondays are often quiet. There's no fundamental drivers today. And I think just be aware of that tomorrow all the action will probably start. Right, guys, anything you guys want me to look at before I head off? Any questions? Any pairs you are looking at? Let me know. It's what I'm here for. This is all just my personal trading, but everybody is different. Everybody sees the market in a different way. nada. And it would be good if we can get a push. You know, if we could get something on Wednesday to get me out up into the 150s and start to increase my position size on this personal account and obviously the 10K. Just that little bit of impetus it's due. You know, I've been patient. It's due. Patience will always be rewarded. Will it be this one? Maybe it won't. But, you know, it would be nice to get that real winner that I haven't felt in quite some time. So let's see. Okay, guys. If there's no questions, I will love you and leave you. I'll see you all in the morning. Ready for a big week. All right, guys. Take care. Trade safe. Peace.